Sharks aren't the only threat in the idyllic seaside community of Imperial Beach in South San Diego. As a result of enormous amounts of sewage pouring out of the Tijuana River, beachgoers and residents will now have to contend with a barrage of viruses, parasites, and bacteria. Frequent spills have made this one of the most polluted river systems in the United States. And the recent spill of between 143 and 220 million gallons of raw, untreated sewage originated on the Mexican side but poured out into the Pacific on the American side of the border. Here's a map. Here's downtown or zona centro of Tijuana. And here's the Tijuana River flowing right through it. The spill occurred somewhere on this side of the border around here and flowed all the way up into the United States, into San Diego via the Tijuana River to the estuary system, where it flowed out into the ocean and was dispersed to ride the tides and currents wherever it may go. This devastated the marine ecosystem and affected tourism due to beach closures, horrible smell, and health risks. Drastic measures need to be taken on an international level. And on a domestic level, we need to improve the infrastructure of the Tijuana River Valley to minimize damages if a future spill ever occurs. Like I said, the recent spill originated on the Baja side. This is why I'm advocating a federal investigation into what needs to be done to eliminate further spills, and to put pressure on the Mexican side to make the proper improvements. Not only on the Mexican side do improvements need to be made, but also on our side of the border. On a community level, to make a difference, I encourage residents and foundations like Wild Coast, the Surfrider Foundation, and the EPA to mobilize and get involved. The sewage in the most recent spill was untreated and poses a health hazard to beachgoers and the ecosystem. The extent of the damage to the ecosystem is still unknown, but we know it goes much further than the immediate area. Pollution can travel with the tides and currents, and recent studies have shown that it travels much further and in much larger concentration than we thought before. And it carries with it parasites, heavy metals, toxic chemicals, bacteria, and other harmful things. Thus, inundating San Diego beaches in a dangerous cocktail. The repercussions of polluting the Tijuana River go way beyond a bad day at the beach. It poisons plants, animals, and whatever or whoever consumes them, including humans. Water pollution is also a major spreader of infectious disease. Because contaminated water is a breeding ground for bacteria, parasites, and other things, contact with polluted water can lead to immediate infection. Up to 7 million people get sick in the United States from polluted water each year. Illnesses range from digestive disorders to hepatitis, all the way to cancer. As a surfer, I've experienced what water pollution can do firsthand. I was a member of the NSSA, the National Scholastic Surfing Association, and one of our main venues was at the Imperial Beach Pier annually. The competition on this particular year took place after a drenching rain, and even though we gave it the 72-hour mandatory minimum time to be dispersed, the pollution to be dispersed into the ocean, I still received a call a couple of days after the competition informing me that one of my fellow competitors had contracted gangrene in an open sore on his leg. As I was experiencing abdominal discomfort, I decided to go to Scripps and have a checkup, and sure enough, I had hepatitis A due to contamination in the ocean. Water pollution puts us at personal risk. So let's begin to make a change on a personal level. I urge the public to gather Monday at 5 p.m. at 301 Caspian Way to coordinate requests for the Commission to move forward with a formal investigation into what caused the massive spill in Mexico. To give us an idea what Mexico needs to improve its ability to deal with large quantities of untreated sewage. Then I propose Mexico allows U.S. inspectors to tour its facilities to make sure that everything is in good working order. Like I said, an investigation on the Mexico side will give us an idea as to what Mexico needs to make the proper improvements to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Some U.S. funding and a partial U.S. engineering force will be required to help with some of the upgrades in Mexico. Then part of that engineering workforce will remain behind in Mexico as a part of an oversight committee to make sure that no unintentional spills occur. On the American side, a similar probe should take place to see what improvements we need to make sure the Tijuana River Valley is better equipped to handle any unforeseen catastrophes. These improvements will improve the quality of life for residents, and as a bonus, the abundant San Diego marine life, such as the Garibaldi, which is our state fish, will once again flourish. This is the Garibaldi, a beautiful fish in electric orange and fluorescent blue, native to our San Diego waters. And all of the other fish that we pull out of the sea will once again be safe to eat. Tourism will also boom. San Diego is known for its water sports, which attract thousands every year and play a vital part in our economy. If beaches are polluted and the fish aren't safe to eat, tourism will suffer. On the other hand, with clean beaches and healthy marine life, tourism will thrive and everybody's happy. People might be wary about handing money to Mexico in good faith, hoping that it will put it to proper use. But that's why we'll have an American engineering team in place to make sure that the money is well spent. A rotating team will also stay back in Mexico to make sure that things continue to run as they should. People might think that we don't need to spend money on the American side if we're already spending money on the Mexican side of the border to make improvements. But you know what they say, better safe than sorry. Because you can't predict the weather, you never know what's going to happen, and even the best equipped sewage treatment system can be overwhelmed by torrential rain. Residents of San Diego might ask themselves what they can do to help. As I suggested, come join us on Monday at 5 p.m. at 501 Caspian Way in Imperial Beach in a show of solidarity that we mean business and we want to fix this problem. We want our beaches back. If you can't make it, you can look online and find routine beach cleanups that happen all the time at various San Diego beaches, and you can go participate, get on the ground level, and make a difference. Any trash in the recycling receptacle is a lot better than trash on the beach. People can even donate money if you don't have time for any of this. You can donate money to an organization of your choice, or one that I mentioned before, such as Wild Coast or the Surfrider Foundation. My policies will give San Diegans back one of their greatest resources, San Diego beaches. And the Pacific will no longer be abruptly closed for business. Altogether, we can keep San Diego beaches clean and keep San Diego classy.